Alright folks, I am going to try to introduce PowerPoint to you today, or explain PowerPoint. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my start menu, and I'm going to find PowerPoint, open it up. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on blank presentation. Okay, and it's going to take me to this screen. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a title for our slideshow. Okay, now your assignment is a project about you, so I'm going to put in all about, about me. Now, PowerPoint's fairly easy to use. It's just clicking on certain things, and I can change the size of this box and move it around if I wish. Okay, so it's just click and change, right? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on design, and that's going to give me some templates or themes. And if I just run my mouse over them, it's going to show me what each one looks like. Okay, and there's a second row. Okay, and that theme will be carried throughout your presentation. Okay, so I'm going to pick something fairly easy or simple. So I'm going to pick this particular design template. Okay. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, now it gives you design ideas, but I suggest you don't use those because you can't carry, or they don't, some of the templates don't have other options for other slides. So you can use it, but be careful because some of the other slides are not going to or appear, so other versions of that slide. So let's stick with mine for now. Okay, and you can change anything in here if you want to change the size or you want to change the font. You can just highlight that text and go to home and change the size and font if you want. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do now, before I leave this screen, you'll see variants. That's just different colors, so you can change the colors as well. Okay, so I'm going to change it to this. Okay. Now, if I want to add new slides, you're going to have to click on the insert button, and then you'll get new slide, or click on the down arrow for new slides. And it's going to bring up a whole bunch of different options for you. So I'm going to pick content, or sorry, let's see. I can pick a two-panel one. Alright, so I'm going to pick this one. You'll notice that on the side you'll see the second slide here. Okay, and I'm going to type in the early years. And because I knew I was doing this video, I provided myself, or I created some information. So I'm just going to click in this box and I am going to paste. And you'll notice that I have a whole bunch of or a bunch of information. Okay, so I was born in Hamilton in 1967, weighed 8 pounds 7 ounces. I was born in Henderson Hospital, cried a lot, attended St. Bernard Elementary, and my mom was the librarian of the school at that time. So notice that none of these are full sentences. Okay, the the slideshow is supplementing what the presenter is saying. So the presenter is going to talk in full sentences, but okay, the presentation itself does not include full sentences. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm not going to add text. I'm going to add a picture. So I'm just going to delete that bullet. And I believe I have some baby pictures here. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm just going to copy the image. I'm going to go back to PowerPoint and I'm going to paste it in. Alright, so I can paste it in. I can make it bigger. And that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to add a third slide. Okay, new slide. I can pick anything I want, really. Pick this one. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that one the way it is for now. Okay, because you get the gist of how to create new slides. All right, so something else. Okay, I'm gonna on this left hand side, you can see that I have 3 slides now. So I'm going to click on my first slide. Now, every slide in your presentation you should have a transition. Now, a transition is how the next slides or the slides going to appear. So there's a whole bunch of different transitions. So I'm going to click on I have the first slides chosen. I'm going to click on transitions. And it gives you a whole bunch of different options up here. And there's more even, okay? So there's blinds. So that's how that slide would appear. Now I could slow it down, okay? Or I could apply it to all, okay? There's checkerboard, okay? So once I've applied a transition to the slide, you'll notice that, okay, a star appears. So I know that this one doesn't have one, and I know this one doesn't have one. So I'm going to click on the second slide, and I'm going to pick cover. Okay, so that's how the next slide would come in. And then finally, there's, let's try something else. There's dissolve. All right. So I have three slides and I have 3 transitions. Okay. The next thing is we can apply something called an animation to the slides. So again, I'm going to click on the first slide and I'm going to click on animations. Now, I'm going to have to choose something on that slide. So I'm going to click the All About Me box. And the first thing animation is how that particular piece of the slide is going to show up. So I'm going to pick random bars for that. Okay. And I'm going to click on Mr. K because that's another piece of the slide. And I'm going to choose swivel for that. Alright. So now you'll notice that, okay, I have 2 animations, 1 and 2. Alright. Now if I click on this animation pane up here, it's going to show you my animation. 1 is All About Me and 2 is animation pane. Now, right now, All About Me is going to come in, and then after it's come in, Mr. K is going to come in. Alright? So I can preview what's going to happen simply by clicking this preview button. So, okay. Now, if I wanted them both to come in at the same time, I would just click on this little down arrow, where it says Mr. K, and I am going to click on Start with Previous. So now they're both number 1, so they're both going to do what they're going to do at the same time. So let's go to Preview. Alright, so they're both going to come in at the same time. Now, In the case of the second slide, I'm going to pick animations again, and let's click on the title, and let's choose a wheel for that. All right, and then for this one, I'm going to pick fly in. Okay, so again, I can preview it. Okay. Now at the bottom here, we also have a number of options in regards to how you're going to see your slideshow. One is a slide sorter view, or the normal view, and that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, then we have the slide sorter view, and that's going to show you all your slides at once. So if you wanted to move a slide in front of another, you would just click it, hold down your mouse button, and move it over. Okay, I'm going to move it back for now. Okay, but it allows you to see all your slides at once. All right, so I see that this one has an animation, or sorry, a transition, and then I can even click a slide and preview to see what's going to happen in that slide. So obviously we didn't have that picture animated, right? There's a reading view, but you're not going to use it. Okay. I just hit my escape key, and then you could actually see your show. So there's their first slide. All right. So that's about it. I hope that helps. Okay. If you have questions, then email me, and I will try to get in contact with you. All right.